Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got some great news today. Maybe not so great for a few of you that do not like the wipes on Ghosts of Tabor, but as always, wipes bring new features, and today we definitely have a little bit of news about that. So, April 27th, 2023, at around 1 p.m. or so, Scott tweeted out that there is definitely going to be a wipe in July. As I said before, it makes some people upset. It definitely does suck to have your progress wiped, but like I said before, it does bring those new features to the game. It improves quite a few things about it. This time, it looks like we're going to be diving into several different things. Player leveling, custom character models, factions, gear insurance, healing stuff, bunker areas being unlocked, some crafting, and some stat tracking they're hoping to implement in this July update. So let's go ahead and hop into a few different things that have kind of already been talked about, either by accident or being revealed in the latest AMA. So we're going to break down each little section that I have a little bit of information on and have heard about through those AMAs, and we'll just move right along. Alright, so diving in first here, we're going to check out character customization. As you see here, this is a very, very early build, actually one of the first builds of Ghosts of Tabor that I was able to have access to in the beta testing, or whatever you want to call it, that they had going on originally. So, as you can see, there's an upper body customization, a mid body and lower body. You're able to change your helmet, your glasses, your patches. Mid body, you can change your shirts, your pants, your boots, and pretty much the colors of everything you got going on. So if you want to go into, a very, very dark map like the silo, you can kind of get all blacked out and do your thing. Or if you are on the island of Tabor, you can kind of get more camoed out and kind of blend in with the environment that way. One of the biggest things there that I like is the arm patches, kind of self-identifiers. So I don't doubt that we will, the people that bought the Founders Edition, they'll be able to have their specific patch on there now, and a patch identifying what faction you're in. So that's pretty much all I really have to say about it. I'm sure this has probably changed a lot already. Time will tell. Hopefully we'll see in July what exactly is going on, but this is one of the early build, customization that they had going on. I'm sure it's improved a whole lot, but nonetheless, this is a great way to differentiate, between characters. Next, it looks like we're going to be bringing in some faction things. This is really cool because you're finally going to be able to get to play your factions, and you're going to be able to really look into the lore of the game just a little bit more and kind of be the faction that you want to be. So clearly you have the Ghost, the Volk, and the Phoenix. Each character is going to look different. Each character kind of has their own purpose. So it's finally going to be a good thing to be able to distinguish what side you're on and what you're really all about in the game. I'm going to drop an AMA here from the March AMA. That was the AMA that was right after the game launched, where Scott actually gets into a little bit of what kind of role the factions are going to play, just a tiny bit. And I'm hoping to see that in this update. Basically, you get to play as Phoenix, and so on and so forth, kind of like Scavs are in Escape from Tarkov. So let's go ahead and listen to this, and we'll move on to the next subject. But I think it's going to be finally an awesome thing to be able to choose your faction.
And I think this would take this game to just the absolute next level.
Okay, my last question is, are y'all ever gonna add like a scav type system or something along the lines of that?
Yeah, so you will be able to do Phoenix runs. When do you think that's gonna happen, Ray? Reynaldo.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Okay.
I want to say third quarter this year.
Third quarter. Okay, so a few more months. And it may change. It may be sooner. We do have, like I said, a couple superstar devs coming on board that we hired. So with more manpower, we can get to these cool things a lot faster. But Phoenix runs are definitely coming. But what's going to change there is you're going to have actually 3 factions, right? So you're going to be able to be a Phoenix, you're going to be able to be a Volk, or you'll be able to be a Ghost as your main faction. So if you want to be a Phoenix all the time, you can be a Phoenix. And the idea is we're going to flip it, and you get to do PMC runs. So you'll get to go in as a fully up armored PMC, like a random kit, as a Phoenix. So that is our ultimate goal.
Finally, will we also be getting gear insurance, it looks like. Gear insurance is going to be really, really cool, especially when you actually do get this Merchant of Death, vendor up. Those loadouts are going to be really cool. People are making really awesome special weapons. I did a little video on a G36 build that I absolutely love. Being able to ensure those and make sure you get that weapon back if you die is absolutely amazing. They already have said, though, that if you die and basically a player extracts out with your weapon, whether you have insurance or not, you won't be getting the weapon back. So that's really cool too. So basically, as long as you die and no one picks up your weapon and it extracts out with it, you basically get your weapon back, which is awesome. So you got to make sure that if you're dying in the bushes or whatever the case may be, because that insurance isn't going to guarantee that you get it back every time. But it is very nice to know that it is a possibility that those really nice builds that you made will be coming back to your bunker with you, and I think that's a great addition that definitely needs to be added. Next up, it looks like we're finally going to be able to get the player crafting going. So all of you that are collecting those junk parts, kudos to you. Because from what I understand, you are going to be able to take a lot of those junk parts and go to the crafting station and turn them into makeshift weapons. A little while back, there was a little trailer about crafting and making those makeshift weapons that was actually on the official Combat Waffle YouTube, and I can't wait to see what this is all about. I really, really hope that they implement a system, especially in the player-driven marketplace when it does come available, that these parts that we're collecting might be super rare in some way, shape, or form, because that one rare part may be only the single part that you need to make this one makeshift weapon that is just super awesome. I think it's going to drive a player economy when that player market does open up, and I think it'll be an integral part to the game, especially once you kind of level up all your vendors and you're running out of things to do. Scavenging those junk parts to make that makeshift stuff to sell on the market is really going to add to the replay value of the game. So I can't wait to see that. Super cool. I just hope it's nice and crisp and some of these makeshift weapons aren't too OP, but at the same time, if you've got those rare parts, they definitely should be. Healing. There is most definitely going to be some new healing features that are added to Ghost of Tabor in this July wipe and update that I think are going to be really cool. I just want to play a little snippet here that basically tells us exactly what's going to be implemented, and I think it's going to be really cool because, as Scott states, it is used in real life. I know nothing about that, but I can tell you that it definitely makes the game a little bit more immersive and quite interesting, so check it out.
My favorite upcoming feature is having to shove a tampon into your arm to stop bleeding.
No way.
My future. That's a feature I haven't told anybody about, but it's coming.
Oh,
you heard it's going to be a medical healing item.
That's a VR first, I think.
It'll be a VR first, yeah. I mean, they're great for stopping bleeding. We use them. People carry them in the military. We carry them all the time.
Fantastic.
I'm not joking.
Another thing they seem to be adding is going to be a player leveling system. Now, I am very, very curious on how this is going to work. There's no information about it whatsoever. It's really going to be a surprise to all of us on how this is going to work. I think one of the best player ranking systems that's out there is for Rainbow Six Siege. Even though their matchmaking is kind of bum sometimes as far as true skill-based matchmaking, their system that they have is great as far as breaking down the player wins and kind of their skill levels. The most terrible part about it, though, is the matchmaking. Like, you can sometimes be a diamond player and you get matched with like a silver or bronze sometimes. But you know, that's something that Ghost of Tabor is definitely going to have to work out. I'm curious to see how the player leveling is going to go. Like, are we going to be matched, you know, with players that are, you know, superb and have all these great stats, and match them with newbies and things like that? That's always been a major problem with player levels in general. So I'm hoping that we will see something around the likes of maybe just ranks for our players, and all those ranks get match-made with each other. Basically, if you're a level 20, you only play with like level 15 to 20 players or something of that nature. I think that would probably be the best way to go about it in a game like this. And who knows, maybe some of the new modes that are coming out, that is why there's going to be a player leveling system. But I'm really curious to see how it all plays out. It could go extremely right or extremely wrong. But my whole gripe with all of that type of stuff is, yes, there is a problem with players that have been playing longer and know how to play the game, being matched with people that just don't even know what's going on yet. And I think that's why player leveling is being implemented. So hopefully that'll kind of level some things out for sure. All right, and last but not least, we have stat tracking. Now, on the Ghost of Tabor website, you know, it kind of shows how many people are online, how many players have been killed, things like that. But I would like to see it be a little bit more in-depth, kind of almost like the Call of Duty Warzone has as far as their stat tracking. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. I mean, these guys really have everything down as far as stat tracking goes. You can literally see how many kills they have, their win ratio, you know, what their average score per minute is, their average life expectancy on the game. That's a really cool track, you know, stat to have. I mean, it's just, it even like shows you how many bullets they're shooting per match and stuff like that. So that's really cool. I think that's something that definitely needs to be implemented into Ghost of Tabor. We're not sure if we're going to see it in July. Scott seems like that's kind of like a hopefully type thing that they want to throw in by July, but I'm sure we'll see something eventually. But yeah, I think the best way to go about it is to kind of mimic almost like Call of Duty has. Maybe have a mobile app along the side, or at least be able to get onto the Ghost of Tabor website and be able to look up player names. It'll be fun to track with your friends, you know, against other clans, things of that nature. It'll just be quite interesting to see everybody's progression, and I think it's a great thing to add to the game for sure. So that is pretty much it for the July wipe and hopefully updates. Let me know what your favorite feature is that is coming to Ghost of Tabor in the comments below. Let's discuss it. I personally love the crafting system. I can't wait to see how that changes the whole entire game. But, as always, if you like what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell for everything Ghost of Tabor, and we will see you in the next video.